So I know a lot of you love my what sold videos, so today I just decided to take a step back behind the scenes and explain to you exactly how to increase your profits or maybe even double your profits in your reselling business. Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Erlia, otherwise known as martziechic on this channel and all of my other platforms, and I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay. If this is your first time onto my channel, welcome. I'm actually very surprised that you're here because I'm sure that this video will not rank well, but I thought it was really important to make this type of video only because I know a lot of you are stuck in the dark as to how to increase your profits and what actually goes behind the scenes of a reselling business. If you guys watch my what sold videos, I usually detail that month to month. So today I just have 5 different tips on how to increase your profits exponentially in your reselling business that I think you guys should know. All of these methods are ones that I have personally tried and found to work for myself. That doesn't necessarily mean that they will work for you, but I think I'll have some pretty good arguments of why you should try them out. So today I have my notebook in front of me and also my laptop in front of me to show you guys all of the different ways that you can increase your profits in your reselling business, as well as some examples on what is the best method to follow. That all being said, if this is your first time on my channel, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe down below and also hit that notification bell. I come out with new videos weekly just like this that are meant to be helpful and to help you develop your reselling business a bit more. And if you are a returning viewer or if you just enjoy this information, make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up down below to help me and support me in the YouTube algorithm to help this video get out to more people. I guess I should explain first a little bit about who this video is for, and I think it would be helpful to know a little bit about my story. So a few months ago, before the summer, I was only a part-time seller. I had been a part-time reseller for about 3 years, and I had been making consistently about $1,000 a month. And that was just based on my thrift finds and bins finds when I could go out and get to the bins, which were about an hour and a half away. But that being said, I knew when I made the leap to a full-time reseller that it would take a lot of energy to support myself and make sure that I was making the monthly income that I wanted. If you watch my what sold videos, you'll know that this last month I made around $4,000 just reselling, and that helps me support myself on a full-time income. The reason I tell you that isn't to boost my own ego, rather it is to show you that these things are fully possible if you have the right systems in place. So throughout this video, I'm going to be highlighting some different things that helped me get to that number, and also some things that I have been working on consistently to make sure that I am reaching my goals in reselling. These methods are absolutely safe for part-time resellers as well as full-time resellers. And talking about that, you definitely don't need to invest more time. Rather, you just need to work smarter. So if you are not really interested in full-time reselling, but you're interested in making a full-time income reselling, I think all of these tips today should get you going in the right direction. But before we get into this video, I have my notebook here in front of me, and I think it would be helpful for you guys also to have a notebook, or maybe just have a mental number in your head for what your goal is going to be for yourself as a part-time seller or a full-time seller, just so that way you can keep that in mind when we're going over all of the methods today and exactly how they can serve you. All of that being said, however, I do just want to make a disclaimer that none of these are absolutely positively sure to work for you. However, I really am hoping that they work for you. If you watch my what sold videos month to month, these are just all of the different methods that I have used to start increasing my profits in my reselling business. So I'm really hopeful that at least one of these 5 methods will work for you in your reselling business. But getting all of that out of the way, I think it is just time to get into the bulk of today's video. The first tip I have for you guys, if you want to start increasing your numbers, is to be frequently sending offers to likers. Whether you are on Poshmark or eBay, sending out offers has the biggest potential for you to make sales. I know that about 70% of my total sales are just by sending out offers on Poshmark, and I have to imagine that that is a big number on eBay as well, because I'm frequently making sales when I'm sending offers to likers. If you send an offer to a potential customer within the first few minutes of them liking that item, you do have a higher chance of selling that item because that person is more likely to still be on the platform and still be looking for things on the platform, so they'll see that notification. Even if you do reach them outside this period, however, there is still a chance that this person might buy the item just because they'll get a little notification in their email and on their phone. My strategy is that I try to do at least 10 to 20% off the first round of offers that I am sending out. On eBay, I'm a little bit more competitive because I'm still building up some clientele on there. So I'll send out 20% offers whenever I see that I have a watcher on an item. But on Poshmark, I usually send out a 10% offer with discounted shipping within the first few minutes of someone liking that item. I do this with a virtual assistant and it has made such a big difference, but you can absolutely do this by hand as well. Then later on, if no one has purchased that item, I will send out bigger offers. So I will send either a 20% or even a 30% off offer on that item with discounted shipping just to get things moving. I know that I have the unique opportunity to sit on items. So if the item has a potential to make a little bit more of a profit, I might wait on it. But if I really want to get that item moving and I just want to make that profit fast, I will absolutely send out a more competitive offer in hopes that someone will buy it. Additionally, a pro tip that I have not seen anyone mention anywhere else is to kind of have a friends or family account on Poshmark sending offers to items that people have already sent out offers or liked. This sends a notification on Poshmark that someone has submitted an offer on an item and they might want to get it a little bit fast. So you might see an increase in offers on an item if you do that. This method is available on Poshmark to do, but I would not do it on eBay because eBay can block your account if they sense that you're making false offers or if a friend or family member is making false offers. Recently, there was a huge case on this with baseball cards and people bidding up auctions to try to get more money, and if they were the last offer or bidder on that item, they would just not pay, and this is becoming a huge problem on eBay and eBay auctions as a whole. So this is becoming a huge problem on eBay and eBay auctions, so they do have this as an illegal activity, so I would not recommend doing that on eBay. This leads me to my second tip for increasing profits, and that is to be cross-listing, but more specifically, cross-listing on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Facebook is a search engine, so the biggest thing about Facebook is that you have the unique opportunity to be found in search a lot higher than other items, and also you can make a lot of great local sales. eBay is another great option besides Poshmark, where you can still show up in search on Google. If you are listing on Mercari, you still do show up in search, but they have such a low volume of users, and also the demographic wants things for a cheaper price. So I personally don't cross-list on Mercari anymore. eBay has more active users than Poshmark does, so you have an opportunity to make a whole lot more sales month by month than you do on Poshmark. So I would really recommend that to you guys because that's just what I've been seeing. I know eBay can be a little bit discouraging to start at first because they have all of these fields that you have to put in. There's a lot to learn about the program because it is an older platform. But I would really encourage you guys to do your research on eBay and see if it's for you, because you, again, do have an opportunity to make more sales. I know that this past month in November, I have already made an equal amount of profits between Poshmark and eBay, and yet I've sold less items on eBay. So I think that for you guys, you should be cross-listing at least onto eBay. And if you want to try your hand at Facebook Marketplace, I would really encourage you to do it. If you guys want to try my cross-listing platform, I use List Perfectly, and this video isn't sponsored, but I do have an affiliate code for you guys if you want to try it. It is 30% off your first month using List Perfectly using the code martziechic. And this is the one that I've been using for over a year now. It takes me about 10 to 15 minutes just to cross-post everything that I was already listing on Poshmark to eBay, which is such a help because in the past month in November here, I have already made about half and half profit between Poshmark and eBay, and yet I was making less sales on eBay. People want to pay more on eBay and there's a lot more active users. So I've been really taking advantage of the opportunity that eBay has given me, and it has grown so much in the past 3 months just cross-listing onto there. So if I could give you guys any other tip, cross-listing is so important. Never put all of your eggs in one basket, and really meticulously look at where you want to be putting those eggs because they can have a lot better chance to sell on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. The third tip I have for you guys today is to not focus on increasing number of sales or average sales price even, but to be focused on profit. I'm going to be pulling up my Excel spreadsheet here with me today because I really want you guys to look at 3 different examples of 3 different people that focused on different things month to month and what that did to their reselling business. But before I show you the examples, I do just want to explain a little bit about what each of these people are thinking month to month. So the first person is thinking about increasing their number of sales. This is great if you are a beginner and selling under 50 items or under 100 items even. I know that I consistently sell around 140 items a month, and that has been a regular thing for me for the past few months being a full-time reseller. But if I wanted to increase my number of sales at this point, I would have to really increase the number of items that I'm sourcing, which for me is really hard because I already source at the bins, buy sell trade stores, thrift stores. And if I wanted to do that, I would have to spend so much more time thrifting, and it would make it nearly impossible for me to do any other type of work. If you are under that 50 or 100 mark, I think that this could still serve you, but I don't think that it is beneficial as the other two ways. So let's look at the second person here. The second person here is focusing on increasing their average sales price. This is where I think a lot of you are, and this is great because it gets you familiar with new brands and things that are selling for a higher amount. However, I think a lot of people can go overboard with this. Increasing your average sales price is good, but I would say that this means that you're also going to have to increase your cost of goods, which in any case is a hard place to be if you don't have the capital to be able to put that in. And I would say that instead of focusing on average sales price, you should be doing what the third and final person is doing here. You should be focusing on profit and not necessarily average sales price. Profit is what's going to take your business to the next level, and I'm going to be showing you the examples as to why I think that is true. So I pulled up my Excel spreadsheet here, and ignoring all of the other things that are going on in this Excel spreadsheet, I want you guys to focus on what's happening in example 1, example 2, and example 3 in green. For all of these examples, I have just made a 10% increase overall in the things that they are focusing on because I think that's absolutely doable no matter what thing you're focusing on month to month. Making those small incremental changes is what's going to help you remain consistent, not reach burnout, and not to have fluctuation month to month in your profits. So this first person just focused on more individual sales, and you can see that when they increase their sales month to month by 10%, so the next month they had 110 sales, 120, they did increase their profits. However, this is not something that is sustainable long term because you are going to get to a point where you cannot source more items, and it's going to be extremely hard for you to break the ceiling of the next thing that you're doing. So instead, let's focus on the second person here. The second person is focusing on raising their average sales price, and they're going to be raising it 10% each month. The average sales price is the same as the first person's, and it's going to increase 10% each month. So it's going to go from 20 to 22 to 24.20. And using these numbers, you can see that their first month starts about the same as the first person, but then it increases $50 more in the second month, and it also increases over $100 more in the third month. This is great, and this really does familiarize yourself with all of these different items. However, I'm going to say that the cost of goods of $5 staying the same is highly unrealistic because you are going to have to pay more for the items that are going to sell for more money. So I would say that the cost of goods is highly unlikely that you are going to be able to get that return. It's going to be harder for you to source those items. So instead, the best thing that I would say you guys should focus on is this third example on raising more profit. So we can see that just having a cost of goods of $5 and having a profit of $20 and increasing that 10% each month gives them a higher first month with $500 more than the other two examples. The difference then between 2 and 3 is that 3 has the unique opportunity to set whatever profit they want to make. But the person in example 2 might have to pay more to raise their average sales price because they're thinking about it all wrong. If you've been sourcing for average sales price for a while now, you might already have this idea in your head, but just focusing on average profit is a much better indicator in how you're going to be doing in your reselling business, raising your profits, than average sales price is. So that being said, there is an opportunity to be making these at an extremely low cost just by sourcing items from the bins or thrift stores. I would say the bins have the best opportunity for you to be sourcing things at a certain profit level on the lower end. So say you're sourcing things for $2 and you want to be making an average profit of $30 even, and you sell items for around the $40 mark, you're going to be consistently making that $30 profit on every item, which personally I think is totally doable to be picking things up from the bins and selling them for $40 or $50. I would say that the third person has an advantage over the second person because the third person has the opportunity to pay up for items if they want to and not pay up for other items if they don't want to. So you can absolutely use this method to source at the bins if you're focusing on profit rather than average sales price. And you can also pay up for items when you see that there is a large profit to be made. So I know personally I paid over $50 for an item once, and I did make a return of almost $300 on that item. I would say the most popular ones that I've done are around the $40 to $50 mark to $150, because I feel like that is a smaller leap to make and you're still making an average profit of around $80. So focusing on profit can absolutely help you level up your reselling business in ways that you hadn't done before. But the fourth thing I would suggest you guys start to do to increase your total profits is to focus on different categories. So I know that I'm primarily just a women's fashion seller. However, I have found a lot of good things in the home market that actually exceed the women's market. Things that I've sold in the home market include pet items like an automatic dog ball launcher I found for $10 that I ended up selling for around $60, restoration hardware blankets, Waterford crystal goblets, anything that people would pay a lot more for in their home rather than to wear. Additionally, when people aren't purchasing clothing, they're always purchasing items for their home, especially in the times that we're in right now where a lot more people are spending time at home. So I would suggest thinking about what types of items that you would like to source yourself if you are going to branch out. It is okay to be totally narrowed down on one specific market, but I think trying out different categories can definitely help push you to the next level in terms of profits with your reselling business. And the fifth and final tip you guys have absolutely heard me talk about before, but that is to be consistent. So this isn't the most glamorous tip that I have for you guys, but it is absolutely essential that you are daily listing. So if you guys are a full-time seller, this is great because this is absolutely what you should be doing daily already. And if you're not, I would really encourage you to do so. But even if you're part-time, having 2 to 5 items to list per day actually increases your chance of selling on the platform. I'm not sure about Poshmark so much because their algorithm can be really iffy, but on eBay especially, if you are listing daily and consistently, the algorithm will pay you back in having you sell the same amount of items eventually. So if you are listing 2 items a day and you have reached a certain store size, you should also expect to sell 2 items a day. So that being said, being consistent can definitely pay off. And additionally, eBay gives you more traffic for every item that you list. So I know that I try to list around 10 items a day because that is just what works for me personally as a single person, with items that are unique and different from each other. But if I was selling items that were all the same and I didn't have to make separate listings for them, I would be able to list more items per day. So I would say just get started daily listing, whether that number is small or large. Having that daily consistency for yourself, you will start seeing consistent results in the amount of profit that you're making. I know it's not what everyone wants to do all the time, but if you are taking reselling seriously, I think that this is definitely something that you should be doing every day. Again, I know this video isn't going to rank well, but I really wanted to make it to help you guys out, especially if you are trying to increase your profits here in the new year. I think all 5 of these methods are great ways to do so. And if you've gotten anything out of this video, leave me a little comment down below. I would love to get back to you. And also make sure you give this video a big thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm so this video can get out to more people. Also, if you've gotten this far and you are new here, hit that little red subscribe button and make sure that you have your notification bell put on as well, because I would love to see you back here. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.